A lot of people my age spend so much time chatting to girls. They have loads of different girls on their Snapchat and they'll be snapping them all day, all day, all day, snapping loads of them. And some of them they won't get with. A lot of them they probably won't get with, but they might get with a few of them. But they've been spending so much time snapping them, messaging them, messaging them, messaging them, to the point that they've spent so much time on just trying to get girls, trying to get with women, trying to get attraction from girls, trying to meet them, trying to fuck them. And it's one of these things that's so weird to me in a sense, because I haven't done that for literally years really. I hadn't even really necessarily done that. But what I have had is a lot of attention and a lot of different things with women. And the true reason because of that is my body. Is my body and me taking care of myself. And the body game really makes a difference in this stuff, because you are able to have options just naturally. So let's say you're just roaming about. You see a girl and she gives you a look. All right, I might leave it, I might not. She looks at you again. You're like, oh, that's probably not a coincidence. And let's say she looks at you again, maybe a little smile. You go over, you talk to her, you get her number. And then you set up something, you meet her. You have literally got in the bag like that because of your physique, because of your confidence. The two things you need, your physique and your confidence. You are in there with her because of that. You haven't had to spend loads of time on Snapchat or on fucking WhatsApp or whatever, messaging these girls for ages. Adding different people. And you have set up something with a girl, just naturally going along with your life. So you haven't wasted that amount of time that these other people have. You haven't wasted all that time, and you can dedicate that time into yourself, into bettering yourself, and into improving yourself. Whereas the other person's wasted that time. And don't get me wrong, if that's what they want to do, that's fine, don't get me wrong. That's 100% fine, but you haven't wasted that at all. Meaning that you have pushed your life forward, you have improved your life. Let's say you're still working on stuff, you're still working on yourself, you're still in the gym, you're still improving yourself, you're saving money, all this stuff, whilst getting in this little thing here, and now you got a girl there to see later on. And that might go well, it might not, but let's say, for example, it goes really well. Now you got a girl, you got an option there. Literally, you got an option like that. And this is the power of the body game. You will have a lot more options, and you will have a lot of girls making it obvious. They'll make it very obvious to you, whether that's them smiling at you, looking at you, whether that's them actually coming up and asking you a question, which doesn't happen in an insane amount, but it does happen. You will have a lot more options. You will have a lot more people who you can actually get with and see. But what you don't have to do is waste all your time like these other people do when they don't take care of themselves as much. Because it is a big waste of time. A lot of guys spend too much time trying to chase women, and they hold themselves back. They forget about the stuff that really matters. Especially when you're young. I don't think that having a good girl there matters an insane amount, because it's very hard to get at my age. Let's say, for example, 21. It's kind of hard to find a girl who ain't partying, who ain't going out, who ain't doing drugs, who ain't doing all this stuff. Let's not say doing drugs, but let's say ain't going out a lot. And they go into Ibiza with their friends, all stuff like that. It's kind of hard to find, don't get me wrong. But as you get a bit older, and as you keep applying yourself, and as you keep improving yourself, it gets a bit easier to find. So even when you're young, it's best to have stuff here or there with girls. Not get too caught up in it, because there's still stuff you need to improve on. There's still goals you need to go towards, and there's still things that you actually need to achieve for your life, for the betterment of yourself. Imagine how much money you would save if you don't spend time on all these random girls, trying to get them out. And let's say, for example, you have 10 different dates, spend fucking 80 quid on each one. That's £800 on girls. You know what I mean? It ain't worth it. You might have had a good time, don't get me wrong, but let's say, for example, you only close one or two of the girls. Is that really worth the ratio of doing it? Is that really worth the ratio? And is that really worth the time investment of doing it? I wouldn't say so. But what I would say is, let's say, for example, you're just going on in your everyday life and you find a girl. And you're speaking to her or whatever, and you take her out. That's worth the time investment, because that was just quick, easy, and it wasn't taking you too far off where you wanted to go, the position you want to be, the person you wanted to be. If anything, that was enriching your life, and that was kind of a fruit of your labor. And let's say, for example, girls do make it obvious here or there. That's easier as well. And you just got to think, man, do you want to spend all this time chasing women? Do you really want to spend all this time chasing women for the sake of pussy? Like, really? Do you really want to do that? Do you really want to do that instead of focusing on yourself, or saving that money, or actually improving yourself, improving your health, improving your physique, improving your body, which is going to get you more options and better options in the future tense? What would you rather have? Would you rather have waste a load of time, or actually improve yourself and help yourself to the point when you're in shape and when you're a muscular build, you could go out whenever and probably get a girl. Let's say you go out into the town, you go out clubbing. or you go to a bar or whatever, you could easily get girls then. Easily. I've done it time and time again. You could easily get them without even trying that hard. Therefore, I haven't wasted all that time investment for that. And some of you may say they are the lowest quality. And I'm not going to disagree with that. They are not the best quality. But at the end of the day, you do still get stuff out of that that you want. You got to be careful, really. You got to be careful with the time you invest. If it's on a plate and if it's easy, you might as well do it if you want to do it, if that makes sense. Obviously, if they're a fucking massive hoe and they've been with loads of guys, be careful, obviously, be careful. Don't just jump in everything, because then imagine you get a STD or whatever. You don't want that shit. You don't want that shit. That's not going to be good. You know what I mean? That'll fuck you up even more. But let's be real. You don't want to waste all this time on women, because a lot of them aren't worth the time. A lot of them aren't worth the time. They're chatting to other guys, they're getting with other guys, and you are wasting a lot of time for the sake of something you don't even necessarily need yet. You don't need it yet. I feel like when you get a bit older, when you get like 27, around that age, even a bit older, but let's say even in your 30s, man, you're still young. You don't even necessarily need a woman until around that age, if that makes sense, if you want to settle down and have kids. When you're around my age, 21, not many things are going to last. Pretty much all the relationships I know of my age has pretty much failed. Most of them has failed. And that's obviously why you don't need relationships when you're too young. Obviously, let's say, for example, a right girl comes into my life, like, happily do it, if the vibes and everything were right. But you don't want to waste this amount of time just chasing some pussy. That another guy's probably been through that week. You don't want to do that. If anything, you want to be smart and you want to apply yourself and you want to move yourself forward. And as you're moving yourself forward, as you're getting better, you are able to just get things along the way without that same time investment. So it's easier. And so you actually are improving yourself and you're able to get these women. And you're able to get the same thing pretty much, but you are not wasting as much time. And then in the future, you actually attract the girl that you actually want, because you've bettered yourself enough and because you've improved yourself enough, because you're in a better position in yourself, in your mind, in your confidence, in your money. And you're going to be in a much better position instead of chasing these random women and these women who don't care and won't care in years' time. Instead, you can actually improve yourself, pick up women along the way because you've improved yourself, because you're in better shape, because your body is looking good. It's quite easy to pick up women then. And then also in a future tense, improve yourself so much that you're able to attract that girl that you actually want, that actually wants you. That's going to be the true message in this video. Hope you lot got a lot of value. If you want to achieve your dream physique, build muscle, lose weight, and achieve attractive physique, shoot me an email at reallouis23@gmail.com. Thank you.